The stars flickered coldly across the void as Captain Arlen Voss steered the Starlight Voyager through the uncharted Nebula 7 corridor. His mission was simple, or so he thought: patrol the outer rim for any signs of alien contraband or fugitive lifeforms. What he didn't expect was the sound of muffled cries echoing through the ship's cargo bay. Arlen's boots clicked on the metallic floor as he approached, hand instinctively on the blaster at his hip. There, crouched behind a stack of energy crates, was a figure unlike anything he had ever seen. Her skin shimmered with an opalescent glow, and her eyes were vast, like molten silver pools. She wore a torn flight suit, and despite her alien appearance, her expression was painfully human: fear, desperation, and something deeper, something pleading. I mean no harm," she whispered, her voice trembling. Please, I'll be your mate. I'll bear your children. Just, help me." Arlen froze. The words were shocking, but not for the reason most humans might imagine. Something in her tone, raw and sincere, made him pause. She wasn't manipulating him, at least, it didn't feel that way. There was a storm behind those silver eyes, a hunted soul desperate for survival. "What are you talking about?" Arlen asked, though his voice softened. "My people, they are gone. They were hunted, wiped out," she said, her body trembling. "I escaped. But they will come for me. They want to erase me from existence. Please. I am all that remains." Arlen's mind raced. He had heard rumors of the Varelian Purge, a brutal extermination of an alien race known for their psychic abilities. This fugitive fit every description. And yet, the words she had just spoken, about mating and children, it was shocking, yes, but also seemed like a desperate plea for protection and continuity, a last hope for her kind. "You're asking me to trust you?" Arlen finally said, his eyes scanning the corridor, alert for any sign of pursuit. "Yes. Trust me, please," she begged, crawling closer. I know it sounds strange. But if I die alone, my species dies with me. I can't do this alone." Arlen exhaled slowly. He was no stranger to odd encounters. The galaxy was full of strange beings. But this was different. He lowered his blaster, though he kept his guard up. "Okay," he said cautiously. "Get up. I'll help you, but one wrong move, and I won't hesitate." The fugitive let out a sigh of relief, collapsing against the wall. "Thank you. Thank you so much." Her voice was barely audible, almost drowned by the hum of the ship's engines. As she followed him to the cockpit, Arlen couldn't help but study her. Her hands, delicate and almost translucent, trembled slightly. Her glowing skin shifted colors subtly as if reflecting her emotions: pale blue for fear, soft pink for relief. She seemed fragile, yet there was a strength in her posture, a resilience born from survival. "You're not alone anymore," he said quietly, his voice carrying a strange reassurance. For days, they traveled through sectors untouched by human and alien law, avoiding patrols, hiding from scanners, moving like shadows across the galaxy. Arlen learned fragments of her story: the name Lyria, the psychic lineage of her people, their near-total destruction, and her desperate flight. She rarely spoke of her past in detail, but every word carried weight, sorrow, and hope. One evening, as the nebula's violet clouds wrapped around the ship like velvet, Lyria approached the cockpit again. Her eyes, reflective and bright, held something unsaid. "Arlen," she whispered. "There is a bond between our species that you don't understand. If you accept me, if you truly accept me, we can carry on my people's legacy. But you must know, this is not merely survival. It's something more." Arlen studied her. He had been through battles, wars, and countless negotiations. Yet nothing in his life had prepared him for this moment. The intensity in her gaze, the unspoken depth of her words, pressed on him like gravity. "What do I need to do?" he asked carefully. "Trust me. Trust your instincts. And allow me to be with you," she said. Her hand brushed lightly against his arm, not demanding, just suggesting, a gentle plea that sent a strange warmth through him. That night, in the quiet of the ship's observation deck, Arlen found himself watching the stars with her. The silence between them was heavy but not uncomfortable. It was a silence filled with understanding, with possibility. Then, without warning, the ship's alarms blared. A fleet of Virelian hunters had tracked their signal. Red lights flashed, shaking the ship with violent intensity. Arlen grabbed the controls, his training kicking in instantly, but Lyria's voice cut through the panic. "They want to kill me. They will destroy us both if we don't escape now." Arlen swore under his breath and initiated evasive maneuvers. Ships with jagged designs, glowing with lethal energy, closed in around them. But Lyria, standing beside him, reached out, her hands hovering over the console. Streams of glowing energy flared from her fingertips, interfacing with the ship's systems in ways Arlen had never imagined possible. "Hold on," she shouted. "I can help us." The ship surged, twisting and darting through the nebula clouds, dodging blasts that would have torn a normal vessel apart. Arlen's heart raced, but he couldn't ignore the growing admiration and something deeper for this alien fugitive who was literally bending reality to save them both. Finally, after what felt like hours, the last of the pursuers vanished into the void, their screams and alarms fading into the cold dark. The ship floated in silence, battered but intact. Arlen exhaled, turning to look at her. Lyria's chest heaved, sweat or whatever her equivalent was glinting on her glowing skin. And then, she did something unexpected. She reached out and touched his cheek, her fingers warm despite her alien physiology. "You saved me," she whispered. "But I will stay with you. Not because I have to, but because I want to. You are worthy of this bond." Arlen's throat tightened. He had faced death countless times, had seen countless worlds fall into chaos. But this, the choice to protect life, to honor it, to connect with someone so different, yet so similar, was something else entirely. He nodded slowly, unsure of what the future held, but certain of one thing: he would not let her face the galaxy alone. Days turned into weeks, and the bond between them grew stronger. Lyria taught Arlen how to sense energies he had never known existed, while he taught her the ways of human resilience and cunning. They laughed, argued, and faced danger together. And in that partnership, fragile yet unbreakable, they found something the galaxy rarely offered: hope. "I'll be your mate, Arlen," she said one evening as the twin suns of a distant planet dipped below the horizon. "And together, we will carry my people forward. Through our children, through our legacy." Arlen looked at her, eyes soft but resolute. "Then we face it together. Whatever comes, we face it as one." For the first time in his life, Arlen realized that survival wasn't the ultimate goal. Connection, trust, and love, however strange or improbable, were what truly mattered. And as the stars gleamed above them, distant and eternal, a new story began. One not of hunters and prey, but of hope, legacy, and the unlikeliest of bonds between a human captain and an alien fugitive determined to survive. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and unpredictable, but together, they had found a reason to face it, unafraid.